to you. I spilled liquids in my pants.
Let's talk about that.
This guy does Minecraft.
Stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Internet.
Hey, Charlie.
There we go.
Why should you start a YouTube channel? Maybe the reason you should is because of all the reasons you shouldn't.
We've been on YouTube since 2006.
And we've decided that it's time to make a change.
My last video ever on Sky Does Minecraft.
I'm at this place where I just think I can do better.
It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last theory episode.
This isn't the standard YouTuber burnout apology video, and it's not, oh, woe is me, I'm leaving forever. I'm going somewhere with this.
I was never satisfied. And I found that was more upsetting than it was bringing me happiness.
Desk in the basement, trying to get myself in the headspace where I was supposed to be funny, entertaining, easygoing, and where things were just supposed to come together easily. It began feeling more and more like I had to perform, but not too much because I should act natural. Be funny, but mind what I say. Entertain people, but...
If seeing all these people that have inspired us for years leave the platform with emotional music in the background, if that doesn't convince you that you should not start your own YouTube channel, then these 5 reasons definitely will. I know what you're thinking. Didn't I just click on a video entitled Why I Should Start a YouTube Channel? Why is this guy trying to tell me that maybe I shouldn't? Well, I think you'll come to find by the end of this video that all of these reasons, and even the people leaving the platform, are all perfectly good reasons to start a YouTube channel.
You're not special. You're not exceptional. Contrary to what you're
And nothing you have to say is unique. You're not that much different than anyone else on this planet. Anything you have to say that you might think is special or unique, there's a very similar perspective, problem, or story that a lot of other people might also have. And considering the fact that 3.7 million videos are uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis, if by some miracle the thing that you want to say, if it hasn't already been shuffled in with the 800 million videos that are already on YouTube, will probably be uploaded the minute you decide to upload your video. And what are the chances that the other person or the other thousands of people that have the same idea is going to be even better, especially considering that you've never started a YouTube channel before, and there's a lot of other people that have a lot more experience than you do. So why even bother? Point number 2 is that you're going to be bad. If you do decide to upload a video and start a YouTube channel, when you finally do decide to start uploading your first videos, they're going to be bad. And it doesn't matter how much time, work, or effort you put into it, they aren't going to be as good as what somebody else could have done. You're a beginner, and you're going to be bad, and you're going to have low views. And having low views means you're a failure, and being a failure is embarrassing. So just don't do it. Look, I know what you're saying. Maybe you're the type of person that doesn't care if anyone watches it or not. You would be uploading these videos regardless. Well, the pressure to care is immense. YouTube will push you to get monetized, to get 1,000 subscribers. And society will look at you and think, well, of course you want to have viewers, because if you didn't want viewers, why would you upload it in the first place?
Nobody cares about you is something that was never made clear to me. Like, I think that, especially if you see yourself as a creative or you want to exist on YouTube or as a filmmaker, or as a musician, or as an artist, or a painter, any of those things, like, you think that everybody's paying attention. Everybody is so focused on themselves in this world. Nobody has time for you.
Attention has become a commodity, and companies are competing for it left and right, on top of the 3.7 million other people that are uploading the very day you decide to upload as well. Nobody has time to care about you or your art, so why try and make them? Just don't have a YouTube channel. The problem solved.
As a creator, as an artist, they said, artists are highly sensitive people trying to explain to the rest of the population what their experience of the world is.
Something about our capacity to get in touch with our emotions, or because we feel things very intensely, that comes out in creative expression.
Point number 4. You are sensitive. If you made it this far into the video, I'm guessing you really are debating whether or not you should have a YouTube channel. And if that is you, then you're probably a creative person, and creative people are sensitive. And if you're sensitive, you're gonna feel negative comments really, really, really deeply.
Why did I say in instead of on? Now Mike9497 thinks I'm an idiot.
Why bother? Just don't have a YouTube channel, you won't get any negative comments, and you save yourself the hassle. Point number 5, YouTube is not a meritocracy. A meritocracy is the philosophy that hard work will always equal success, while YouTube is not a meritocracy. It doesn't matter how much work you put in, how hard you work on a video, how long you work on the video. You may put in twice as much work on one video, expecting it to get twice as many views, and it just won't. I'm a truck driver, so if I drive 1,000 miles, then I will earn $700, and I will earn that every single time. The amount of work and time I put in has a direct correlation to how much I'm rewarded, and it's just not that way with YouTube. It's not a direct meritocracy, where the hard work you put in has a direct correlation to the amount of reward that you get. I made a video with a guy named Will. He was so excited when we made that video together that he was considering making his own YouTube channel. Well, when I was showing him how to edit and how he could do all of it on his phone, the amount of work that went into it just blew him away, and he decided just to not do a YouTube channel at all. And I feel that he made the right decision, and that's the decision that I hope that you will make, is to give up and just not have a YouTube channel. And quite honestly, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you might actually heal your erectile dysfunction and your male power. And to just drive the point home that putting in hard work doesn't really matter as much, you can look at YouTube and see people who have created AI generated content. They take AI scripts and then have AI voiceovers and then use stock video and make videos, and they do
100 shorts per hour with AI. First, go to any long form YouTube video and grab the link. Then go to spikes.studio, paste in your YouTube video, and click on make clips. And in minutes, Spike Studio's AI instantly generates multiple viral clips with captions, titles, and even a virality score which tells you which videos will go viral.
They do it as a lottery. They will post hundreds of videos a day, because the more videos you post, the more likely it is one of those videos is going to resonate with people. And when it does, you have thousands of views, and then you get the subscribers, and then more of your videos are getting seen and pushed out to other people because of the algorithm. The algorithm cares how long people stay on YouTube. So it doesn't really matter how much hard work you put into your video. So why even try? Just don't have a channel. Give up.
Please don't actually give up, even though all of the things I just said were true, and I want to as well after editing that whole segment of this video. I just don't think the conclusion we should draw from them is that we should give up. Let me explain. So what do I mean by this? Let's go to example number 1. Okay, if it's actually true that you're not that special or unique or different than anyone else, then why wouldn't it be the conclusion that you draw to just not have a YouTube channel? Because someone else could say the same thing, right? And you're just adding to blandness of YouTube because everyone's sharing the same kinds of stories. I believe because you're not special, because you're not unique, right? You're not that much different than other people, that whatever you have to say is relatable to other people. They can relate to you on a personal level. They can understand where you're coming from. Making videos are going to be interesting to a large majority of people. So that would be an example of a conclusion that that would be a reason why you would draw a different conclusion from the fact that you aren't that special and aren't that different and aren't that unique. So that being said, even though you're not that much different than anyone else, you still are different to a degree, because no one actually sees what the world is like through your eyes. You may be going to the same malls, you may be driving on the same roads, you may be going to the same stores, but nobody sees what those malls, roads, or stores look like exactly through your eyes. So you are different to the point that your perspective is worth being heard. And To sum this point up, I wanted to read this quote by Neil Gaiman. Okay, the one thing that you have that nobody else has is you, your voice, your mind, your story, your vision. So write and draw and build and play and dance and live as only you can. You're going to be bad, and that's not such a bad thing. Look at Vsauce, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, my videos. And if you go to the video section and you go all the way down, you can also search. You can also go to the video section and hit sort by, and you can sort by the earliest video. And if you do that, you'll see just how bad these videos were. And not that my videos, aren't still bad today. They are at least better than what I used to make. And that's a good thing. That means I've learned something. That means I have grown, okay? And as long as you can do that, as long as you can make a better video than you did the day before, then you're growing and you're learning something and you're making something new and better. And there's another quote that I wanted to read by Ira Glass.
Nobody tells people who are beginners, and I really wish somebody had told this to me, is that all of us who do creative work, like, we get into it, and we get into it because we have good taste. But it's like there's a gap that for the first couple of years that you're making stuff, what you're making isn't so good, okay? It's not that great. It's trying to be good. It has ambition to be good, but it's not quite that good. But your taste, the thing that got you into the game, your taste is still killer. And your taste is good enough that you can tell that what you're making is kind of a disappointment to you. You know what I mean? A lot of people never get past that phase. A lot of people at that point, they quit. And the thing I would just say to you with all my heart is that most everybody I know who does interesting creative work, they went through a phase of years where they had really good taste. They could tell what they were making wasn't as good as they wanted it to be. They knew it felt short. It didn't have this special thing that we wanted it to have. And the thing I would say to you is everybody goes through that. And for you to go through it, if you're going through it right now, if you're just getting out of that phase, you gotta know it's totally normal. And the most important possible thing you could do is do a lot of work. Do a huge volume of work. Put yourself on a deadline so that every week or every month, you're gonna finish one story. Because it's only by actually going through a volume of work that you're actually going to catch up and close that gap. And the work you're making will be as good as your ambitions. In my case, I took longer to figure out how to do this than anybody I've ever met. It takes a while. It's going to take you a while. It's normal to take a while, and you just have to fight your way through that.
Another quote that I wanted to read to you is that anything worth doing is worth doing badly. I say that the hardest part is to start, and once you start, to just keep swimming. Even though it's difficult to not focus on the peer pressure to have tons of views, I don't think that it's in itself a reason to quit or give up. It's still worthwhile endeavor. You want to create something beautiful. You have this thing inside you where you want to put something out into the world and leave it better than you found it. And that's commendable. And I think that you should try, even if the things that you're making you're not proud of. There's this fear of not putting something you're not proud of out into the world. And you can just not upload videos, right? You can make videos and keep making them and keep working on it and getting to a point where you're proud of what you've made and you upload that to the internet. The problem with that is that it could be a continuous cycle. You can make something you're proud of and think that, okay, I'm going to post that. And then you could give it a week and then you realize you're not proud of it, and then you could edit it and be a perfectionist and then do that again and again and again and just never upload YouTube videos ever. I think that that's a bad strategy. Even though in a week or two you might not be proud of what you made, once you hit upload and that video is public and the world can see, it's easier to get feedback on what you made. Use that feedback and improve upon the videos that you made. If you're just continuously sitting in a room and making videos and no one ever sees them, then you will never have feedback for improvement. It's much easier to get feedback and to improve on your craft when other people can see it and give it to you. Another thing is, you wouldn't make a gourmet meal and then just throw it in the trash can, right? So why would you work and spend hours editing a video and just never publish it? Food is meant to be eaten. Music is meant to be heard. Films, movies, and the video that you're making deserves to be seen. This is why I think point number 2 and point number 3 relate with each other. Because point number 3 is nobody cares about the videos that you watch. And even though I am in a different position where it's still connected, because point number 2 and point number 3 are connected. If you make a bad video that you're not proud of, nobody's going to watch it because nobody cares about the videos that you are making. Even when it comes to family
and friends and people that you think should love you, like your mom. They don't really want to watch your videos. And that's okay, because it gives you freedom to make videos and to mess up and to do things that you wouldn't normally do, to do things that you might feel a little bit uncomfortable doing. It's easier to step out and do things that are a little unordinary, a little unorthodox, because it feels weird to talk to a camera in the first place. It feels weird to go out in public and record a video. It feels weird to do this stuff, and it's easier to do that if you know that nobody's really caring about what you're doing. For instance, my wife was sitting here right next to me the whole time while I said all of that, and I turned over and I asked her if it was good, and she said she wasn't even listening. Nobody actually cares about what you're doing or saying. It should be free to know that nobody cares about what you're doing when you start, because if you do mess up or you do make mistakes, nobody's going to be there to see you or make fun of you. And I kind of lied to you a little bit when I played you the video of Casey Neistat talking about nobody cares about you. I want you to listen to the rest of what Casey Neistat has to say about this.
Nobody has time for you. And the sooner you accept that as a creative person, the sooner you're free. Like, you're totally free. Like, do exactly what feels right to you. And if you can get yourself on that trajectory, then it goes back to what we were talking about before, about being novel, about being an original, about not being a photocopy of somebody who did something. If you're that photocopy, you will never be the original. But the moment you accept the fact that nobody cares, do your thing, nobody cares. And then you start to go down that path, you will just get better and better and better. Then you sprinkle on that patience I was talking about, you just keep going.
I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but you've been diagnosed with sensitive crybaby syndrome. It's okay, I'm going to help. Listen, I said earlier that being sensitive means that you're going to feel negative comments really deeply. Well, that should also be true for positive comments as well. I mean, if you're sensitive, you feel everything more intensely than anyone else. But another thing about being sensitive is that because you feel everything more intense, it's what inspires you to create. Everyone can be creative, okay? And I feel like that sensitivity that people often talk about is people's passions, because you're more passionate about something than I am. And I would love, and so many other people would love to see you talk about the things that you're passionate about. And we need brilliant, amazing videos. I mean, look at this.
But if in the course of the year you see 100 things, paintings or hear songs or watch movies or see a picture or watch a TikTok that affect you, that you don't stop thinking about. We're now seeing 1 million, but that number of how many affect you, like, that hasn't moved for me. Like, I don't see more brilliant stuff. I just see more stuff. And what concerns me is that that's what's sort of being celebrated, is like, now it's purely about the metrics and not about how you achieve those metrics. And that sucks.
It does make me want to go back and purely focus on the creative. Think about the last time you watched a TikTok or the last YouTube video before watching this one. Do you remember it? Do you remember what it was about? Did it stick with you? Did it stay with you? Probably not. We do see a lot of brilliant, amazing videos, for sure. I mean, Mr. Beast's editing is wild. The videos that he uploads are wild. They're over the top. They're insane. But do they stick with you? Do they have a sense of importance? Doesn't matter. The Mr. Beastification of YouTube has pushed us to do more, has also pushed us to do less. It feels like everything that we watch is being put out for the sake of getting views, and just that alone, nothing else. There is just something missing. The closest thing I could think of what that could be is genuineness and authenticity. And the only way to do that is to be sensitive, to tap into your sensitivity, your creativity, and be genuine and authentic in the videos that you make. And that's how I believe we can make more brilliant videos that stick with you for longer. YouTube is not a meritocracy. Or is it? Vsauce, Alex here. I kind of sit in the middle of this issue. It is and is not a meritocracy. Let me explain. First, I wanted to talk about a few YouTube channels that have put in a lot of hard work and are reaping the reward from it. First one's Heliocentric. He's been on YouTube for 7 years now, and he's reached 7,000 subscribers. Just Ashley Keaton, I made a video about him, and now he has 1,000 subscribers. A coincidence? I think so. JHXC64 literally made a video to prove that it actually was luck and hard work doesn't really pay off. And he went viral. He made a video to prove Ludwig wrong, and he ended up being wrong. And his video that he made has 2 million views. And Ludwig himself commented on it. So what's the answer here? Is YouTube a meritocracy or isn't it? Heliocentric, Owen Morgan reviewed his channel. Owen Morgan has a lot of subscribers. Just Ask the Keaton, the skeptic, talked about his channel, and I'm sure that both of them got a lot of subscribers or a lot of views because bigger YouTubers talked about their channel. So maybe there was a little bit of luck involved with their hard work as well. If it wasn't for the hard work, those bigger channels wouldn't have seen them. You need opportunity, right? And opportunity is just happenstance. It's luck, right? It happens to everybody or happens to nobody. But once you get that opportunity, if you haven't been putting in the hard work, you won't have developed the skill to actually take full advantage of that opportunity. So it is a meritocracy in the sense that when you put in hard work, no one can take away the experience that you gained, education that you learned. You'll have that with you for the rest of your life. So you can take full advantage of every opportunity that presents itself to you. Again, if you're not working on it, when those opportunities come, you won't be able to take full advantage of because you don't have that skill backing you from all the time that you put in. But at the same time, when you upload a video to YouTube and you work harder on it than the previous video that you made, you're not necessarily going to get the same results. Like for instance, I made a video about going to New York City in a semi, and then I got 1,000 views, my most viewed video. I'm really proud of that. And then I saw the success with that video, and I decided to work harder on the music, on the editing style, and making it something I was even prouder of. And I'm actually more proud of that video than I am of the video that I got 1,000 views on. But I only got 700 views on that video, right? And why? YouTube is not a meritocracy in the sense that the hard work you put in is not guaranteeing results in the form of views, likes, and comments. You're not guaranteed any of those things. It doesn't even make sense for me to be prouder of one video than the other one in regards of how many views and likes that I got on that video. The only thing that makes sense to actually be proud of is the work that you put in to make that video come to life, to make that video possible in relation to videos that you made before, making it objectively a better video. But even the objectively better videos are not always guaranteed to have more views, likes, and comments. And what really doesn't make sense about any of this is we live in a world where we are told to make as many videos as possible and treat the YouTube algorithm as a lottery. The more videos that we make are individual lottery tickets that might skyrocket into virality, making that video viral. Yet at the same time, we turn around and shame YouTubers who are not famous yet. They have a lot of videos and there's this overwhelming sense of shame of not having subscribers, likes, and comments. Like, oh, you're doing all this hard work and it's not working. There's a sense of embarrassment that we put upon people, and you tell them that the reason that you're not famous on YouTube yet is because you're not working hard enough, while simultaneously treating the YouTube algorithm as a lottery. It's like telling people with gambling addictions that they aren't rich yet because they haven't spent enough time, energy, and money into buying more lottery tickets. It's the most insane thing I can freaking think of, is to tell somebody that they're not rich yet because they haven't bought enough lottery tickets. Are you kidding me? I know this all seems discouraging, that you can work really hard on YouTube videos and never really see results, or it feel like you never actually see results. But that's not true. I just gave you 3 channels where people put in hard work and it's paying off. Every experience that you make, every video that you make, you have made that video. You have all the experience in making that video. You have everything that you learned from making that video. And no one will ever take that away from you. So even the people that have done YouTube for a long time, these people that we love and respected for years, when they're quitting YouTube or when they finally do decide to leave, like the ones that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, no one's going to take away any of their experience or videos that they made. We could still go back and watch those videos. It lives on, and they could take that experience if they ever decide to do something else, which a lot of these creators are doing, new and different, unique things, stepping out and taking risks.
This year, over 1 million orders of Holo Taco have been shipped out to customers.
We are done asking permission to be us. Seeing things, you start hearing things. Paranoia, depression, psychosis. Horrible thoughts start creeping into your head.
back of my mind from years of studying media that I can now make a reality.
I can't say who. It's big. It's big.
Better than anything I've ever done. And this is your vision. This is your show, really. I'm just here to,
hype as can be to like put this out there and to have you all support it this much to the degree that now I'm making a movie. It's so cool. It means the world. You guys are fantastic. It's happening, boys. We're doing it.
So, okay, let's talk about these YouTubers that are actually like quitting the platform. Well, first of all, a lot of the ones I showed you at the beginning, like Me Canyon, Rhett and Link, they're actually not quitting YouTube at all. If anything, they're doing more of what they want to do. Let's first talk about the ones that are not quitting. So Rhett and Link, they stated they are done listening to producers, and they started a show on YouTube called Rhett and Link's Wonder Hole. They're making it for YouTube. They're investing their own money from the profits they made on YouTube. Me Canyon is stepping back from the demand of YouTube and making things that he's actually passionate about. I heard something somewhere recently that discouragement, C-O-R, the core, right? C-O-R, that root in Latin means heart, and dis is the root for distance, right? So to be discouraged is to be away from heart. If you're going to do this, which I hope you start your YouTube channel, please stick with what you're most passionate about. Because if you don't, you will be discouraged and you will want to give up. I wanted to give up. I was burnt out. I was discouraged. If I'm not making videos about things that I'm passionate about, you get discouraged, because that's literally the definition of discouragement, to be away from what you're passionate about, to be away from your heart. So please start a YouTube channel, but start one about something you love. Okay, what about the ones that are actually quitting, okay? They were quitting doing things either entirely. Like maybe they are completely done doing stuff on YouTube, but Ryan Higa still posts stuff on his Twitch account. Ryan Higa still has a Twitch and he streams. Simply Nailogical is running a business she loves and is extremely proud of. All of these creators, even if they quit making YouTube videos specifically, have some sort of podcast or some sort of project that they are more passionate about than YouTube, and YouTube is what helped them get to that passion. If creators are losing passion and interest in YouTube and starting other things, that also means that there's more room for people who are passionate about YouTube itself to be able to start a channel and keep that channel going and growing. So start one. But that's the cool thing about YouTube, is you could just stop doing it and everything that you made is still there. You can shift from doing what you used to do into doing something else, something brand new. Like this video that I'm making right now is a completely different video than any of the videos I've ever made in the past, but I am enjoying this process. I used to tell myself that I needed to make a deadline, have weekly videos. I made a promise to you guys that I completely failed on, of having a video every single week. I tried to find something that I could do simply, easily, quickly, and get uploaded every week, but it ended up being something I'm not very proud of. And I would rather be posting something I'm proud of than to ensure that I have a video every single week. This is good news for somebody who hasn't started yet as well, because that means that you can just do something. All right, you may not know what you want to do yet. You may have no clue what it is you want to do yet. You might have millions of ideas, and you feel as though you have to pick a path, a trajectory, and head down that trajectory and only do that from now on. If you do that and you're not able to be consistent with it over a long period of time, you get burnt out. That's why a lot of creators are shifting from what they used to be doing to something new. If no other reason has convinced you to start a YouTube channel that I've said in this video, what about leaving a legacy? And what about not doing it for anyone else but yourself? Ethan's boring life. Ethan's motivation for having a YouTube channel is just remembering
being able to look back at times in your life and remembering it. More than that, I believe we all have a fear of being forgotten. And YouTube is a way to be remembered, not just by friends and family, but what about yourself? Our own personal memory is not always that reliable. I mean, look at the Mandela effect, for instance. My wife's great-grandmother had a form of Alzheimer's or dementia, and forgetting friends and family in your life has been one of the scariest things that I think about still to this day. I met her before she passed away, and that fear has sat with me for a long time. The fear of forgetting your life is there. Maybe YouTube won't have your videos on there forever. Maybe it won't be a legacy. Maybe you will die and be forgotten. But at least for a moment, while YouTube exists, while we're able to create, while we are able to remember, it is a form in which we can remember our lives and our time here. I look back now on videos that I made and moments in my life that I honestly have already forgotten about. And I am 26 years old, and I forget about moments in my life. It is so easy to forget the good times when you're going through the bad ones. But having this platform on YouTube, being able to go back and watch these moments, remembering how precious life is, has to be one of the strongest motivations to start a YouTube channel. This video sort of assumed that you already had somewhat of an interest in starting one, but what if you had zero interest in starting a YouTube channel and you still made it this far into the video, and you still also have no interest in starting a YouTube channel? Maybe you think your life is boring and uninteresting and there's nothing that you could say or do on camera and share with the world that would be worth anything. Let me read you a quote by Ethan Wolf, and hopefully it might change your mind. Everyone says their life is boring. Everyone says they are uninteresting. And maybe your day-to-day life is boring. But don't look at the day-to-day life. Look at the past. Look at what you've done. And take all of what you've done and put it together. And you take a life that's boring and see it is a lot more interesting than you first thought. Forgetting is scary. I forgot what my dad's voice sounded like until I found a cassette tape of him talking.
Right now, the economy is at a point where we're needing to educate these people to get them back to work. And without somebody to educate them, we're in big trouble.
Even if it isn't for yourself and remembering your life and legacy, what about the impact you have on other people's lives? What if because of you, somebody else is inspired to create? What if because of you, somebody else starts a YouTube channel? What if because of you, somebody else starts making music? What if because of you, inspired someone to just live another day? The word inspire means to breathe life. And YouTube and creators have done that for me. And I would be ashamed if I didn't at least try to do it for someone else. I feel that you should create a YouTube channel because your voice matters, because your creativity matters, because you're unique. because of all the reasons I stated in the beginning of this video. I believe that more than anything, we should at least inspire other people. I believe we should try to breathe life into one another. I may not have remembered my dad's voice, but I do remember him making homemade videos and being so excited and proud of my dad for what he made. I remember sitting down and begging him to let me watch the videos that he made on the computer, and him just leaving me there to watch pictures of family put to music that I was just so proud and amazed by. He may not be here anymore. Morgan Mosley may not be here anymore, but their impact on my life still is. I remember not believing in myself, not believing in the work that I did, but really enjoying making videos. And I remember Morgan believing in me. It was, I think around the year 2016, first North American Youth Congress that I ever went to. I wanted to make a vlog about the entire thing, but I never had confidence to upload anything to YouTube or any sort of social media whatsoever. So I was just doing it for fun. Morgan took it upon herself to upload the videos that I made directly to her Facebook account. And that was the first time I ever posted a video that I made to any sort of social media. I didn't even upload it. It was uploaded for me by someone else who believed in me. Selfishly, I made this video for myself as well, because even though I've started a YouTube channel and have been doing it for quite some time now, obviously I've been burnt out quite a bit. And it's hard to remember the reason why I even started in the first place. So, what is the reason you should start a YouTube channel? I think you should start a YouTube channel for yourself, for the experience and the education and the journey that you make along the way. I think you should start a YouTube channel to remember your life and the good times, especially when you're going through the bad ones. You should start for the people that believed in you, whether they're still here or not. You should start for the people you might inspire along the way. And in the words of Morgan, you don't need an excuse to help somebody. You should start one today, because the statement, "I will do it someday," is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave. You should start one because if we don't share our stories, they die with us.
It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes